Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another edition of LJH Productions. And today's video is going to be a little different. I thought I would read off to you guys. I did some work, and I thought I would read off to you guys my top 101 favorite movies of all time. And as I go through them, I'll explain some of them. I don't know if I'll explain every single one, but let's starting from number 1, we'll go all the way down to 101. I'll try to make this video quick, so let's see what we can do. So number 1 on my list of my favorite movies of all time is Speed. Speed stars Keanu Reeves, Dennis Hopper, and Jeff Daniels. I saw this movie back in 1994, and I honestly fell in love with it. It's one of those movies that I have to watch every time it's on, even if it's edited. I do own it on 4K Blu-ray. It's stunning. It's a great movie. It's a lot of fun. It leaves you on the edge of your seat. It's one of those action films that no matter how many times you watch it, it's just, even though you expect everything, it still puts you in there for the full ride. It is such a great movie, and I highly, highly, highly recommend it. It's one of those films that you could definitely watch over and over again. Number 2 on my list is I Love You, Beth Cooper. Now, this film stars Hayden Panettiere, and honestly, I went and saw this in theaters. Rainy day. It was I don't remember exactly when it came out. It was a rainy day. I was bored. I didn't expect anything much of it, but I absolutely fell in love with it. And it's about a boy who's not so popular and ends up going on like the night of his life with the really popular girl, and what could go wrong does go wrong. A whole bunch of shenanigans. A really, really great movie. Number 3 on my list is Scream 3, which stars Neve Campbell, David Arquette, Courtney Cox. Yeah. So Scream 3 is on here because it's number 3 because it is my favorite Scream out of all the films, including the new ones. And so I liked how Scream 3 was done. I liked the fact that it was one person, and despite a lot of people not liking the idea, I liked the whole idea of Ghostface having all the different voices. It threw people off. Like, you thought you were talking to Gale, but you really weren't, and then you were set up. You know, I liked the idea of the one killer. I liked the idea of it being Sidney's stepbrother. I just thought it was a great, great thrill horror. So Scream 3 is number 3. Number 4 is There's Something About Mary, which starred Cameron Diaz, Matt Dillon, and Ben Stiller. This is just an all-out fun, raunchy comedy, and it's hilarious. The thing about Mary, it was that no matter who came in contact with her, everybody was in love with her. And the one guy that really, really loved her, found her, tracked her down, wanted to finally be with her, and what could go wrong does go wrong between, somebody else liking her, and him having a private investigator, and a private guest investigator falling in love with her. It's a real, sorry about the guys, it's a real fun time. Number 5 on my list should be no shock to you guys. I rave about this movie as much as I can. Number 5 is Megan. Yeah, the recent movie that came out in January, Megan. Megan, to me, is an all-out good time. and I recommend it to anybody. It's such a great horror movie about what if AI went wrong. It's really, really awesome, and I could not talk about Megan enough. Number 6 is American Pie 2. Now, the reason why American Pie 2 is my favorite is I just love everything that happens in it. They're in college and they're still trying to live the high school life, and they're throwing the parties, and Stifler hasn't grown up, and it's just a lot of fun. American Pie 2 is, to me anyway, one of the best in the franchise. Number 7 is Clerks 2. Now, Clerks 2 is one of Kevin Smith's best movies, in my opinion. It shows where Randall and Dante are from the past Clerks movie, how far they've come, if anything has changed. Dante's about to get married, and of course, it winds up getting messed up, and he ends up re-falling in love with somebody else, and it's a itchy nose, guys. It's a fun, good time. Raunchy as hell, but a fun, good time. Number 8 on my list is Child's Play 3. Yeah, I take a lot of heat for this one normally. Child's Play 3 is my favorite Child's Play in the franchise. I love the whole idea of Chucky going to the military and following Andy to try to get back at him, and finding Tyler and trying to get new meat, and Chucky stopping him, and it's just fun to me. It has its downs, like I wish it could have been Alex Vincent, but I understand it had to go to somebody older. But Child's Play 3 to me is my favorite Chucky movie. It's fun to me, and I can honestly watch it over and over. Number 9 on my list is The Pest. Now, The Pest stars John Leguizamo, and he's a bit of annoying, and he ends up getting into... He's a scam artist, and he ends up getting put into a situation where he's being hunted for money. And if he survives, he gets a certain amount of money, and if he doesn't, then, well, obviously he's not here no more. But it's hilarious, it's funny, a lot of great moments, a lot of raunchy moments. The Pest is a really, really great movie. If you have not seen it, check the trailer out, it's awesome. Next on my list at number 10 is, I've talked about this movie on my channel in the past too, is From Justin to Kelly. From Justin to Kelly is a musical that stars Kelly Clarkson and Justin Guarini. It didn't do well at all, but I have a lot of fun with it, and it's personally one of my favorite movies. It's like my go-to musical to watch at home. So I love From Justin to Kelly. Number 11 is Mrs. Doubtfire, which stars the late Robin Williams, Sally Field, and of course everybody knows Mrs. Doubtfire. The movie is all out fun. It's funny, it has its drama, it has its sad parts in there. It's an all out great comedy of a father learning what he should have known the whole time, how to be serious in situations, and he learns that through the eyes of this woman that he creates to help see his children. And yeah, great all-time movie. Number 12 on my list is Short Circuit 2. Now, Short Circuit 2 was the first one that I saw out of the two, so that could be why it's my favorite. And it stars Fisher Stevens and, of course, Tim Blarney as the voice of Johnny Five. And I like the whole idea of Johnny Five going to New York and getting into trouble, and anything that could go wrong does. It's a lot. He's learns a lot, and get a couple sad moments in there. But Short Circuit 2 is a whole lot of fun. Number 13. Again, I'm going to take a lot of heat for this, but again, this is my personal list. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Is Star Wars The Last Jedi? And I know that it's not the most liked one in the franchise, but I honestly really, really enjoyed Star Wars The Last Jedi. Um, I felt that it was really good. I thought it was a good ending to finally end Luke Skywalker's legacy. I love the character of Rey. Kylo Ren is honestly my favorite villain of the Star Wars franchise, and I just really, really enjoyed it and love how it all finally came together. Number 14 is Scream 4. Now, Scream 4 is dear to my heart because I just love Emma Roberts. I think she did a great job in this film. Some people will say that they don't believe that she was believable. I honestly think it was a good film and a great reveal, and it also has Hayden Panettiere in it, and it's also where we finally got Kirby. And Kirby is a great character in the Scream series. So, that's why it's on here. Number 15, Ghostbusters 2. Ghostbusters 2 is dear to my heart because it came out on my birthday. When it did come out, I was like 6 or 7, and my parents took me to see it, and I was a huge Ghostbusters fan to begin with. And Ghostbusters 2, it's my favorite one. The whole story about Vigo and the possession of trying to be born again, and all the, everybody being there, Sigourney Weaver, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Howard Ramis, the whole crew. Really, really fun to me. Ghostbusters 2 is my go-to Ghostbusters film. Number 16 is Dead Silence. Now, Dead Silence is a horror movie, of course. We all know it. It just came out in 4K, and it tells the story of Mary Shaw and how you don't speak, or, you get your tongue cut out, and has a ventriloquist dummy that's kind of possessed. Very fun horror movie. Really, really enjoy it. Number 17 is Super Mario Bros. Now, I want to be clear. It's not the one that just came out in theaters. It is the live-action version starring Bob Hokus and John Leguizamo. That is the Super Mario Brothers that I like, with Dennis Hopper as well. I know it wasn't the best interpretation of it, but it's still a lot of fun, and you still get a lot of, it's not Super Mario Bros. Everybody loves, but at the same time, it still feels like Super Mario Bros. To me, and I enjoy it. Number 18 is Disney's Coco. I loved the story of Coco and how, it shows how Coco's father was betrayed, and he ended up in the afterlife. And I love how his grandson Miguel loves music, but nobody in the other house does, because they thought that music was their family's curse. It's a real coming of, I'll say, age story, because basically it kind of is. It's a really, really, really good film. I love Coco. Number 19 is Disney's Hercules. Now, Hercules is my favorite for a couple reasons. One, Hades is my favorite Disney villain. Two, I love Meg. I like to call her the anti-princess. And I just honestly really enjoy the Hercules story. It's one of Disney's best animated films, no doubt. Number 20 is Cruel Intentions, starring Sarah Michelle Gellar, Reese Witherspoon, Ryan Phillippe, and Selma Blair. It's anything you can want in a thriller. It's got love, it's got a lot of adult themes, and it's about a stepsister and stepbrother who've just kind of been, what's the word I'm looking for, not nice over the years. And, they have the one chance, and he has this chance to try to have his ultimate conquest, and it backfires on him, and he falls in love. And it's a great movie. When Cruel Intentions came out on DVD, I kid you guys not, I watched it every day for a year. It was just that good to me. It's a great movie. Number 21 is The Marine, starring John Cena and Robert Patrick. I just found it fun, a lot of action packed. I liked how unrealistic it actually was, because you know how many times can you blow the guy up and he still manages to come back at you. Just a great action packed film. Number 22, Happy Gilmore. Happy Gilmore is by far my favorite Adam Sandler movie. It's fun. I love the jokes in it, you know, especially the ones where he's trying to play golf and he goes, jackass, you know. It's a great movie. A lot of fun to me. Number 23 is Harriet the Spy. One of my favorite childhood movies, starring Michelle Trachtenberg and Rosie O'Donnell. I remember watching this over and over again as a kid and going to theaters to watch it. It's just an all-out fun film. Number 24, Ghostbusters. I gotta have the original on here somewhere. We got to see Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Got to really see the Ghostbusters become Ghostbusters. So it's always dear in my heart. Number 25 is A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. And I think that Dream Warriors is almost everybody's favorite in the franchise because it was the best. You had first time Freddy being Freddy with the throwaway lines. You had the beautiful Patricia Arquette. Patricia? Yes, Patricia Arquette. And you had the return of Nancy because they knew they had to do something after they tried to whatever they tried to do it to. It didn't work, so they brought all these new characters in and made Freddy. Dream Warriors is what really put Freddy on the map. The first one helped, second one almost didn't, third one brought it back, third one's awesome. Great movie. Number 26 is The Good Son, starring Macaulay Culkin and Elijah Wood. There was something about seeing Macaulay Culkin play an evil kid that just gave you chills. It was a really good movie, and Elijah Wood being a goody-goody, no one believed in him, that Henry was evil, and it was just leaves you on the edge of your seat. And then the ultimate choice at the end, which one does the mom let go off the cliff, which one does the mom keep? Man, what a great ending. I mean, what a great movie. Great thrill ride. But 27 is The Breakfast Club. Now, The Breakfast Club is Molly Ringwald, Jed Nelson, Emilio Estevez, Ali Sheedy, Anthony Michael Hall. The basically creation of the Brat Pack. And anybody who's ever been in detention and had to be in there with a bunch of strangers to be able to learn how to become friends with these strangers in one day, you know, it's special. You know, The Breakfast Club holds a dear and a good place in my heart, of course. It's a great movie, and I recommend it to any teen that has not seen it. It's awesome. Next on my list is Kenan and Kel in Good Burger. Who doesn't love Good Burger? Such a great, fun film if you were a kid in the 90s. Can't wait for Good Burger 2 to come out on Paramount Plus when they start filming it. But Good Burger, hilarious film, very fun. A lot of great lines in that movie that I still quote to this day as well. Gotta love Good Burger. 29 stars the late Chris Farley and, of course, David Spade. We have Tommy Boy. Tommy Boy is Chris Farley's best film by far. I mean, I think everybody can agree with that. Tommy Boy is a lot of fun. I think everybody can quote it. Everybody knows at least one line from Tommy Boy that they quote over and over again. So that's why Tommy Boy is on my list. Next is Small Soldiers. Small Soldiers is fun because it is that movie. Like, you know, if your toys were alive, it's like the live-action Toy Story that you don't want to happen. You know, because in case, you know, the Gorgonites and the soldiers there to kill the Gorgonites. Very fun movie. A lot of fun if you haven't seen it. Definitely go and try it out. It's great. Number 31 is The Devil's Rejects. One of Rob Zombie's best films. Definitely one of his gruesomer films. The sequel to House of a Thousand Corpses. A lot of fun if you like those. If you like type of movies, very very great movie. 32 is Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls. Now, Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls is my favorite out of the Ace Venturas, and I have a lot of fun with it. I can still watch it, and of course even quote that to this day. Such a great movie. Wait, what? I don't know, guys. Just want to make sure I got the right page here. Okay. 33 is Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl. Johnny Depp, Orlando Bloom, Keira Knightley, Jeffrey Rush. The start of it all. The start of the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. Action-packed comedy. A hell of a ride. A hell of a good time. Great movie. What else can you say about it? It's one of those movies you can watch over again. Number 34. You've heard me talk about it on my channel a lot. I am a fan of the musical as well. Number 34 is Tim Burton's 1988 classic, Beetlejuice. Michael Keaton, Gina Davis, Alec Baldwin, Winona Ryder. Beetlejuice is an all-out good time. Next on my list is a Sidney Poitier movie called To Sir With Love, about a teacher who is put into a room with a bunch of degenerates that don't really want to be in school, and he's able to turn them around and make them good kids. It's a really, really great movie, and if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. It stars Sidney Poitier, and again, it's called To Sir With Love. Number 36 is a classic movie, Casablanca. Anybody a movie fan, I always recommend Casablanca. Especially if it's going to be your first black and white film, it's such a great movie. It's a great love story, and it's got one of those great lines in it. Out of all the places in the world, why did she wind up in my life? I think it's something like that. If anybody knows what the quote actually is, comment me down below. But Casablanca is a great movie. 37 is the original Short Circuit. It's got to be on here. You can't have just two. They're both really good movies. This one is Steve Guttenberg and Ali Sheedy as the stars, and it's how the story of how Number 5, Johnny 5, became that awesome movie. Next is Clue the movie, which stars Tim Curry, Christopher Lloyd, among others. Clue is funny. It's very raunchy at times, and it's a great whodunit comedy film. Check out Clue if you have not seen it. Awesome movie. 39, Mean Girls, starring Lindsay Lohan and Rachel McAdams. Very fun movie, about how mean girls can be in high school. It's silly, but it was good. It's a lot of fun. Next is Little Monsters, which stars Fred Savage and Howie Mandel. A great movie. I remember watching this movie over and over as a kid. Another movie that has great lines, like especially when the kid goes and drinks the apple juice. Piss! Who put piss in my apple juice? My question back there was, why do you know what piss tastes like? Why do you know? So I always thought that was great. Fun movie. Next is Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. Now, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure was good, don't get me wrong. But I think when most people think of Bill and Ted, I think they think of the sequel more. And, it's just all out fun with them having to find station and come back and kill the bad robot thems, and, so much fun. Number 42, Willy's Wonderland, starring Nicolas Cage as the silent drifter versus the animatronics. What can you say about this silly horror movie but how fun it was? It came out during the pandemic. It was supposed to have a theater release. It had a brief theater release, but mostly came on Blu-ray. It was a really, really fun time. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Great movie. Next on the list is Daniel Craig and it's Casino Royale. Casino Royale is my favorite Bond movie out of all the Bond films. It's Daniel Craig's first Bond movie, and honestly, I thought it was really, really, really done well. And if you haven't seen it, what are you waiting for? Check it out. Great movie. Number 44, Men in Black 2. Will Smith, Tommy Lee Jones, Johnny Knoxville. I honestly just thought that Men in Black 2 had the better lines. Is it the better story? Maybe not, but it was definitely the one I can remember quoting the most. One of my favorite movies. 45, Deadpool 2. Josh Brolin, Ryan Reynolds. What can you say about Ryan Reynolds? Deadpool 2 was such a good movie. There's a lot of great quotes in Deadpool 2. Like, you can't honestly go wrong with it. It's a lot of fun. I'm at work all the time quoting Deadpool 2 to a bunch of friends at work. We all laugh. It's a great movie. It really, really is. Number 46, Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. Now, going back to the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, I think when people look at it, Dream Warriors is on their list as being one of their favorites, no doubt. But also, I think The Final Nightmare is too. Because, again, Freddy's funny. It's got throwaway lines, but he can be serious when he wants to be, and you don't want to piss Freddy off. So that's that. Number 47 stars Mickey Rourke and Ever Rachel Wood. It's The Wrestler. The Wrestler is dear in my heart because I got to watch it be filmed. I was in the crowd at a wrestling promotion when they were filming this movie, and I got to meet Mickey Rourke and Ever Rachel Wood. They were really, really cool. So I do like The Wrestler a lot. It's a really good movie about the story of how the independent circuit could be and how stressful. Number 48 stars Ed Harris and Melanie Griffin. It's Milk Money, and it's about a couple of kids who save that money to go to New York to try to see a naked lady. Well, she ends up being, I guess we said we're hooker, and she ends up coming with them and falling in love, and it's a really great movie. And Milk Money is it's fun. Number 49 is Wayne's World. Now, to me, Mike Myers and Dana Carvey's best. If you don't love Wayne's World, or at least seen it, what are you waiting for? Wayne's World is such a great movie. And at number 50, some people would say, Winner, Winner, Chicken Dinner. It stars Kevin Spacey, and Kate Bosworth is in this as well. It's the movie 21. I saw this movie in theaters. I ended up buying it. I honestly really loved it. And I thought it was such a great movie and so well done. And it's a good time. So what we're going to do here, folks, so these videos don't stay too long, I'm going to end this one here. And I'm going to upload part 2. And we're going to go through the other 50. So, join me for part 2. Give this one a massive thumbs up. Comment down below your favorite movies. And part 2 will be up soon. And thank you guys for watching. And as they say in the movies, cue the lights.